Hey y'all, welcome back to On Assignment for Alignment with Ayo Naima. I am Ayo Naima, and this is the 22nd episode. Yay! I'm so excited. Shout out to me for being consistent, keeping going. It doesn't matter how fast you go, just as long as you keep in the pace and you keep going. So shout out to me for that. Yeah. And today I just want to come on here and tell a very personal story to myself. I haven't really been able to talk about this. I find it very hard to talk about. Actually, I don't have no notes today, so we're gonna see how it go. I'm really excited about that. But God is always guiding me, so I feel okay and I feel really excited about it. So let's just jump right into it. So ever since I was a little girl, I really couldn't explain it. I always had really strong feelings. I would be around a group of people and I would just feel really uncomfortable, right? And that has transferred over into my adulthood, but I think as a child I tried to express it, but I didn't really have the verbiage for it, for one. And for two, I feel like nobody in my family really understood it, so I kind of developed a wound of being misunderstood as well as rejection. um and I just could always tell when the energy was off in the room, and I didn't have the words for it. I didn't understand it. And now that I'm an adult, I am realizing that I am a very intuitive person, and it makes me really happy, honestly. And I wouldn't trade it for the world, but I will tell you that it is very draining. um if you don't know, my family lost about 5 people this year, a total on both sides. And it's like whenever I'm around my family, I can just feel everybody's hearts just like breaking. My cousin came to visit me. Y'all saw him on one of my episodes for On Assignment for Alignment, and we briefly talked about the people that we lost in our family this year on my dad's side. And whew, I just remember him being here, and he was actually sleeping in my guest room. And it's a bathroom in between the guest room and my room, but it really doesn't matter, honestly. I could just still feel his heart breaking while he was here, and it really messed with me. But it is what it is. But at the same time, I was sad about it. I was hurting. I was real sad, honestly. And it kind of drained me, and I don't want to say it in that type of way, but that's just kind of is what it is. When I feel other people's emotions, it's very draining to me. Even when I was around my family, I could feel everybody's hearts just being super broken. And I've always been the type of person where I could feel other people emotions as if I'm going through it myself. And of course, they're my family members too, so I have my own set of grief, but I haven't even had time to really process that grief. I'm still in shock, honestly. It doesn't feel real. I feel like I'm just floating on cloud nine. And I feel like I've always used just moving forward and improving myself and putting my energy into my career and things that I have going on in the mundane, to cope with difficult feelings, because my feelings have been rejected for so long. I didn't understand why I would have these super strong feelings. And now as an adult, I feel like I just kind of been in autopilot this entire year, and partly because God is working on me and God is making room for me to be my best self, and God is really healing my heart right now. And it's like I'm going through that while my heart is breaking for my family members first and foremost, and then for myself. But I haven't even had time to grieve for myself, really. So Saturday I told myself, I said, baby, just feel. And that's what I did, and it was really hard for me to do so. I wept for like an hour and a half, honestly. I cried myself to sleep. And the next day I woke up and I called my best friend. I was like, I feel like I've been there for everybody this year, and it's time to be there for me. And I was telling her, like, I want to leave for Thanksgiving, but I think I really just need to spend some time with myself and spend those 4 days that I have off by myself, and just really fill my own cup. because I haven't been able to. I've been feeling everybody else's emotions, and I'm drained, honestly, truly, and in this moment it doesn't feel like it right now, but I know myself. So it's like now I'm trying to get back in touch and in tune with that part of myself as well. And then I listened to like a sermon, and Sarah Jakes was just talking about how you got to put your heart into what you're doing. And that's what I'm doing with this episode. I want to talk about that part of myself, because I'm not a person that's afraid of how she feels, but the fact that I've suppressed how I felt for so long because I didn't understand how to really channel those emotions, transmute those emotions, and really how to process those emotions. So for so long, my defense mechanism has been just shove the emotions down. Don't feel your emotions. And now I'm in a space in my life where I can't do that no more. God is really putting me in a space where he's like, baby, I need you to feel, because if you don't feel, you can never ever ever heal how you really feel about being highly intuitive. And God has been telling me, like, I know that you're highly intuitive. I made you that way, and I made you that way for a reason. And I put you through these trials, and through being in a family that really didn't understand how to get you to channel that on purpose, so that you can open your heart to me and make space for me to really come in and heal that part of you, so that you can share it with the world, because you never know who is going through that as well. And it's a very beautiful revelation that I had about it, but at the same time it still hurts. It hurts that I never really had anybody show me how to channel it. I never really had anybody to really validate my intuition. I vividly remember, when me and my mom was going through our little mother-daughter rivalry, and and we would, she would get angry with me. And I remember vividly, I remember telling her, like, Mom, when you get angry with me, I feel your father's presence in a room. And her father was, we'll just say, he was a complicated human being, and he was from, I never met him. I never met my granddaddy, my biological grandfather, but he was very angry, and it caused a very terrible wound within my family. And it's like, I could feel it when me and my mom would have those spats and those arguments and stuff. And it just kind of was like brushed to the side whenever I said stuff like that. But now I know I ain't crazy. Now I know I'm not crazy, now that I'm opening my heart to allow God to come in and heal me, and really just speak to my heart and open my heart, and really just get in there and validate the fact that I'm a highly intuitive being. And now that I'm allowing God to be in my heart and expand it and show me that that's who I am, and this is like very new. Like, I'm talking two days, baby. Okay. And now that I'm allowing God to be in that space, I feel so much lighter, and I felt heavy for so long, really for like 26 years. I'm 26 now, and I'm just now getting to a space where I'm like, okay, God, like, what's really the tea? How can we heal this? How can I come to terms with it? And one thing about me is that I know, like, I cast all my burdens onto the Lord, because I can't deal with that alone. That's 26 years of me being an intuitive being and it being rejected for so long, and I'm very grateful for my best friend, because she gets it. She knows me. Honestly, she knows me better than anybody in this world. So it's like, other than God, because God made me. So I'm grateful for her, because she was just able to validate how I felt, and validate what I've known my entire life about myself. And it gave me the strength to come on here and talk about it, because I don't know who else going through it. I don't know who else is a highly intuitive being and has been rejected for that for so long. So it's like, now I'm here, and I'm excited to be allowing God to be healing my heart. And I'm excited to be talking about it too, because for so long I've been ashamed of it, and I think that another part of that is being that I have had to suppress that side of myself for so long, it allowed me to, it made it easy for me to get caught up in the fact that, you know, I get it. Sometimes I get my intuition mixed up with real life, and it kind of just blends with like my fears, and it has allowed me to develop a sense of paranoia about myself. So I'm not a person who trusts easily. If you know me, you know I got the same friends that I've always had. It's scary for me to allow new people into my life. And I don't want to be like that forever, because it's so much richness in getting to know new people. Obviously, you know, with the spirit of discernment, because we don't know who people really are. But I don't want to be paranoid. I don't want to be afraid to get to know new people. I don't want to block people out of my life. I don't want to miss a blessing just because I've been rejected of being a highly intuitive being for so long. I want to be able to open my heart and let people in, and not be paranoid about it. And honestly, I'm grateful and I'm proud of myself for being able to open up to God and allow God to really just heal that part of my heart and, you know, fix my heart posture, and honestly develop that gift. I wouldn't trade being a highly intuitive person for anything in this world. It's my gift. It's my gift. And it's like, it's starting to get a lot stronger now. And it's crazy because a week before my uncle passed away, which is my dad's brother, I was having dreams, and my dreams, one thing about my dreams, they come in threes. And that's how I know that like something is behind it. I had 2 dreams about my grandma. Then the third dream I had about her, I woke up and I was just crying. I'm like, what's going on? So I wanted to even text my aunt that morning, like, hey, next time I come out to New York, can we go and visit grandma's grave? Because I feel like she calling me to go there, right? And I didn't ever text her. But kind of find out the next week, my uncle passed away. And it just, and every time I don't even want to call them premonitions, because I don't think they're premonitions. I just think that they are, I don't even know what they are, honestly. I couldn't tell you what they are. I don't have the verbiage for it. But every time I have really strong intuitive feelings like that, I brush them off. I'm like, maybe I'm just tripping, you know, maybe this isn't really what's going on. But now I know, now that I'm like, God, show me. God strengthen my intuition. God strengthen my ability to learn my intuition from my fears, to learn my intuition from my paranoia. Allow me to heal the paranoia. Allow me to heal the fears, so that I can know when my intuition is talking to me. And another thing about me is like, I'm never wrong about people. I'm never wrong about people. If I can be in a room, and if it's somebody in a room that don't like somebody else, I feel it. And I'm never ever wrong about people. I'm never wrong about people. And it's actually kind of scary. And I can also feel like when the energy in a room shifts, I can feel when somebody's energy towards me shifts. We don't even got to be in communication, but I can feel when their energy is shifting. I can even like think about somebody and like they'll pop up. It's honestly insane. And that's why I'm very careful about the words that I use, because I'm so powerful, you know. And it's like, I gotta be able to be like, hey, listen, watch what you say, because you know when you say something, it's gonna happen. So relax, chill. I don't say stuff like, I don't speak out of lack. I don't like to speak out of lack. I don't like to claim anxiety. I don't like to claim depression. I don't like to claim my PTSD or the PTSD that I was diagnosed with. I don't like to claim stress. I don't like to claim any of it. I don't like to speak about death. I like to only speak life. And I'm so grateful for that, because, you know, back in 2019, I actually started to write down affirmations, gratitude. This is before I was like a Christian, before I got saved. Back in 2019, I would write down my affirmations, gratitudes, and my intentions for the day, right? And it has truly set me up, because it rewired my brain, and I lost track of that for a while. But now that I have scripture, that burden is off of me. Now it's like I don't have to come up with these affirmations, with these things to be grateful for, because it's all in the Bible. And if God say it, then it's true, right? For me. But I'm so grateful that I had that period of my life where I was speaking life over myself, because now I'm realizing that, like, we in a time, like, as a collective, we in a time where we can't really afford to speak anything but life over ourselves. And now that I'm in a space where I'm allowing God to heal my heart and heal me from the repressed energy of being a highly intuitive person, I can't afford to not speak life over myself. I have to speak life into my gift. I have to speak life into myself so that I can have the strength to keep going and be okay with the fact that God is developing my gift, right? And I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that. And now it's like, yeah, I'm still having trouble with I'm still finding my way with mapping my way around being a highly intuitive person. But I have the words for it now. I have the verbiage for it now, and I have scripture to speak over my life and to develop it so that I can develop a spirit of discernment even more. And it's getting so much better. I've been praying about the spirit of discernment for a very long time, so it's happening. But I want to realize that, there's certain situations I can't put myself in because I'll feel it so strongly. And I don't like, and it starts to impact me physically. Like, my skin will get dull. I have eczema, and there's an eczema patch on my back. And if I feel something way too strongly, it'll flare up. It'll flare up. And if I feel emotions that are affecting me and draining me, it'll flare up. Right. And it's so crazy. I just lost my train of thought and I forgot what I was about to talk about. But there's times where I feel like I'm selfish because I think about moving forward all the time. And I think about speaking life all the time, even in moments where, like, speaking life is really like the last thing that people want to even do or hear. And I feel guilty about keeping myself in good spirits because I feel guilty sometimes about keeping myself in good spirits and moving forward, because sometimes that's not the vibe. But I think that it's hard because people don't understand how deeply I feel other people's emotions, and it affects me very negatively. And it's hard for me to really take myself out of that once it happens. So I really have to be cautious and be okay with the fact that I have to move forward. I have to speak life over myself, because if I don't, I'm gonna be real, if I don't speak life over myself, it'll kill me. It'll really kill me. It'll drain me. It'll drain my life force so much, and I know it. It'll drain me so much to where my body will just slowly start to just die off. So I have to keep myself in good spirits. I have to keep going because I feel stuff so strongly. I feel so strongly. And it's to the point where, like, if I'm dating somebody, or if I'm, involved with somebody romantically or intimately, I start to feel the things that they don't heal within themselves. So it's like, it's really no hiding anything from me. And, I can't handle that, and I think sometimes I get a bad rep for being like bipolar, but it's like, you lying to me and you can't be around me. And that's why this season of my life is so important, because me and God are working together to heal my heart. And I can't afford to have nobody coming into my life and breaking the heart that me and God are healing. And it's like, that's why I'm so picky and I'm so choosy about who is around me in this season. And it's going to carry on to the rest of the seasons that I have in my lifetime, because I can't afford, I genuinely cannot afford to have people in my life who refuse to deal with themselves. I can't. And are just burying what they're going through inside of them, because I feel it. I feel it. I'm feeling what you not healing. I'm feeling, and I don't blame nobody for that, because I understand that we all come into our healing in our own time. But as for me, I have to learn how to develop those boundaries, so that I don't get sucked into other people's unhealed traumas, because dealing with my own is enough, boo. And I know that I'm here to, you know, be a humanitarian and help people, but really this stage in my life is about healing me. I saw a quote that said, you know, the healer wants to heal people, then she realizes that the biggest wound she need to heal is within herself, and that's the stage that I'm in. And it's like, I got to be able to take responsibility for my own, so I can't really afford to take on other people's stuff right now. And I'm learning that, and I feel like for so long I've always wanted to help people, to my own detriment. And now I'm in a space where I'm like, okay, I got to start creating them boundaries. So it's certain stuff that people send me and stuff, and I don't respond. I'm learning how to communicate that, but I'm slowly just fizzling out of being there for everybody all the time, because it's harming me. It's draining me, really. It's draining my entire life force. And I just got to be able to be like, you know what? You got to get you a therapist, because I'm not that. I'm not trained in that. I don't ever want to be trained in being a therapist, to be honest. That's too heavy of a job for me. And I really commend people who are in that position in life, because it's beautiful, honestly. And I think in a way they are highly intuitive, but they have learned how to set up those boundaries so that they don't feel everything. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't, I don't know. But for me personally, I'm not there yet. Maybe one day I will get there, you know. But as of right now, it's me, God, and my heart. And I'm learning to protect my heart, and I'm learning to, you know, guard it with my entire life. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful to be able to come on here and be vulnerable and be real about that. Because Saturday, when I say I cried myself to sleep, I was like boo-hoo crying. And this year has been filled with so many tears. But something was very different about the cry that I had on Saturday. It was like a breakthrough. And I just, you know, I had to ask God, like, God, just come in and like fill that space in my heart and expand me and enlarge my heart from that. And allow me to just be a better me, you know, and really just take care of myself, and, you know, allow me to see when it's time for me to draw back and realize, like, you know, Io, you've been there for people, you've been there for everybody, and it's time for you to really just be there for yourself right now. And I'm always gonna be there for my family and my friends, the people that mean the most to me, but I gotta learn how to be there for myself first. And I gotta learn when it's time for me to take a break from being there for everybody, because I got to think about me. I can't help nobody if I ain't full, you know. So yeah, being highly intuitive has been a journey, and it's crazy because I talked about this before. My therapist made me take a personality test, and it came back, obviously I'm highly intuitive. I'm an introvert. And it's so crazy because my outward facing self is so dominant and so powerful and so strong, but and independent. But I am that way because I'm able to recharge and know when I need to go in my shell. And I spend a lot of time alone. Like, I'm out here on the other side of the world from everybody that I love, by myself. And you know, I had a lot of questions about that. I'm like, God, why you separate me like so far? And I'm like, it makes sense now. And every day it starts to become clearer why. But this is the real reason why. And God is just telling me, like, I need you to hear me. I got some deep healing for you to do, and you wouldn't have been able to do that had you had been so close to your family and your friends. And now they don't take it personal. So I think I'm so grateful for that. And God is just like, let me heal you, you know. And that's the stage that I'm in, and I'm growing to appreciate it more and more every single day. And with me being so far away, I'm grateful to be far away. I really am. You know, and eventually, once I learn how to set those boundaries and, you know, communicate them, eventually I'll be able to go back. to the East Coast and be with my loved ones like I want to, you know. It's so crazy because the other day I was like, oh my gosh, I want to go to New York for Thanksgiving. Then I want to go to Georgia to visit my parents. And then I want to go to Charlotte to see the kids and my friends. And it's like I had to stop myself and be like, Ayo, relax. You can't be everywhere at one time. And I know you want to be, but you can't be everywhere at one time. So you got to pause, take a second, and realize where you can be, and realize that you need to be here for you right now, and then take it slow. Then go to New York, then come back, recharge, go to Georgia, come back, recharge, go to Charlotte, come back, and wind down. And that's just what the formula got to be from here on out. For real. And honestly, I'm not mad at it. I'm excited about it, honestly. I'm excited to just continue to take care of me. I've made so much progress in my life. I've gotten my mundane life on track. And now I'm just working to mesh it with the spiritual side of me, because the spiritual side of me is the very natural part of who I am. And honestly, I've been through so much spiritually that I'm very guarded in my spirituality. I don't sit under everybody's voice. I don't like to talk about religion with people. That's why I don't try to force Christianity on people, because I know what I've been through, and who am I to tell somebody else who to believe in when I didn't walk they walk, you know? I've only walked mine. So I'm very, very particular about stuff like that. Yeah, I post my little posts. I do what I got to do. I post my verses sometimes. But at the same time, God is still working on me. So I can't really tell nobody who to be and what to do, you know. But I'm so grateful that I gained the strength to allow God to come into my life and really do some heavy work on me. And, you know, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep rocking out with it. But yeah, like I was saying, the spiritual side of me is so natural to me, but it was so messy for so long. So it transferred over into my physical life, and my physical life was super messy. My finances was messy. The way that I ate was messy. My workout was messy. The way that I handled the way that I was disciplined, I ain't had no discipline in life. And that's why, you know, I started small though. You know, I went and got my ADHD diagnosis, and I'm so grateful for the ADHD diagnosis, because it really let me know, my therapist let me know that having ADHD is nothing is wrong with you. You just think differently than everybody else. And I actually did like some research on ADHD, and it's like there's a chemical in the brain, there's like a link in the brain that, you know, neurotypical brains, when it clicks perfectly, right? But for ADHD brains, it's like a missing link for them to come together and click, right? And that's what I got. I got a missing link in my brain, and that's it. That's all. But the world needs ADHD people, because we're highly intuitive, we're creative, and we make the world go around just right along with the people who are extra practical, and don't live in a creative space, in a spiritual space. And you know, it's really just like I'm like a yin to the yang, you know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful for that. And being after I got that diagnosis, it really just made me, I felt bad about it for a very long time. Plus I was in a relationship that just made me feel so far outside of myself, and it was difficult for me to understand having ADHD for a very long time. But now that I'm grounded, I'm able to handle the mundane things in my life. I'm organized, I'm disciplined, I'm focused, I have God. You know, I still have my moments with anxiety and depression and PTSD for real, and my and ADHD, but excuse me, but it's okay, because now I have my coping mechanism set in place that help me get to the next day, and that help me keep myself on track. and that helped me be a better me. So yeah, and I'm super grateful for that, and I want to keep this video very short. We at 30 minutes now, so I just want to say thank y'all so much for listening to this story of mine. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything else. And I just want to say thank God. I'm proud of me. I'm grateful for myself. I'm grateful for my support system. And, I can't wait to see how much further we go on this journey of me having ADHD, of me doing this walk with God, of me being a multi-creative, of me being highly spiritual. And I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in to the 22nd episode of On Assignment for Alignment. Make sure y'all do follow me on Instagram at @IONaima_, AYONAIMA_, and then @IONaima OAFA on TikTok. And then my email address is AYOWALTON0 @gmail.com. If you want to suggest any topics, let me know. If you want me to go further into ADHD, let me know. And what my life is like with ADHD, let me know. Any other topic regarding spirituality, let me know. Christianity, let me know. Anything pertaining to my journey, I can talk about it. Because I understand that this journey is the Lord's journey, and He want me to share it to promote love and healing in the universe. So thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I'll see y'all on the 23rd episode of On Assignment for Alignment. And make sure y'all tune into meal prep and chat after this video, okay? Because it's gonna be posted at the same time as this one. So I'm about to go set up and get ready for my meal prep and chat, because it's gonna be a movie today. Actually, I got some new foods. So I will see y'all on the next episode. Toodles.